With lockdowns easing and Tom Pidcock's Olympic gold last year and the Commonwealth Games being held on British soil this year, it comes as no surprise that there's a massive boost in off-road racing. While more racing is exciting in itself, what's really exciting is that we're going to be right in the thick of it as we have started our very own off-road.cc amateur race team. And we're going to bring you along for the ride, as every month we'll bring you a new video documenting the highs, lows as we race and train. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the off-road.cc amateur race team.
I'm Brad and I'm going to be taking on a cross-country season. Usually you find me on the road or down at the track at Herne Hill, but let's be honest, off-road is way more fun. I'm excited to see how it goes. There's a lot to learn, but from the chaps in the team, we all got different skill sets and be good to learn from them really. I've got the Canyon Lux Trail, so more than just utilising it for cross-country, I'm actually going to see how capable the bike is. Going to be taking on some gravel events and really see how it compares to those drop bar bikes. But also it's just interesting to see the capabilities of it, and the cross-country season is so varied. What I found from the little racing I have done, all the courses are different. You might have some that are more technical, some with a lot more downhill, so having a bike that's kind of capable across all of those is really useful. Yeah, I'm excited to see how the season goes. The main goal is to progress from sport to expert, so lots of races, but yeah, I'm excited for it.
Hi, I'm Matt Page and I am the gravel rider on the team. Really looking forward to being part of the team. I've been racing for years, but I haven't been part of a team for over 10 years, so it's quite exciting to be part of a team again. Looking forward to some races. I'm hoping to do Dukes of Hazzard towards the end of the year. It's also quite difficult because I'm an event organiser myself, so I can't do many of the gravel events that I'm actually organising. But also looking to do some long distance things and do some bike packing as well. And I've got the Canyon Grail, which can be my bike this year and should be good for some of the longer distance events that I've got planned.
Hi, I'm Liam Mercer, not to be confused with Liam Cahill, because I'm going to be racing enduro for the off-road amateur team. I've chosen enduro because it's basically how I've ridden. I started riding in 2014 and it's mostly trail kind of stuff. So yeah, I think enduro will suit my kind of riding really easily. I'm hoping that I'll sign up to the Sul Enduro series, which is 6 or 7 races throughout the year. Racing starts in April and I'm looking forward to getting started. So I'll be racing the enduro on the Canyon CF8 Mullet CLL CTV, and it's got 160mm of suspension at the front, 150 of coil sprung suspension at the rear, and it's a bike that I've really quickly gotten used to because it's not too dissimilar from a personal bike.
And I am Liam from Road.cc, and the clue is in the name, I'm a roadie. So I've got the Canyon In-Flight CF SL8. It is the Canyon's cyclocross bike, and I like it because, you know, as a roadie, I don't like to go much beyond a 33mm tyre. So that's what we've got here. I'm going to be doing some cyclocross races this winter. I've got a few lined up in the next few weeks. Then my season is going to really, you know, consist of basically proving how versatile this bike is. So I'm going to be doing some Summer Cyclocross League races. I will be doing a lot of road miles. I will be doing some gravel races with Matt Page, and I'll be generally bumming about on trails and stuff that, well, don't really suit this bike, but I'm going to have a lot of fun. And then we'll wrap it up with my season finishing with the actual winter cyclocross leagues, where basically I like to roll around in the mud and just have fun. We might even have a trip to Belgium. Do we have the budget for that, right?
Okay, so what are our ambitions for the season?
Let's go first.
Oh, go on.
You're starting.
Yeah,
you're already racing
I'm
soon,
kind
aren't
of
you?
already in it. So my ambitions for the season are to drag out my form for as long as possible, because I got to keep this going for a year, because cyclocross is basically over, and then at the end of the year it will start again. So yeah, just going to go to as many events and do as many fun things. I'm not racing as much road as I was a few years ago, so it gives me a lot of time to try some gravel stuff on this, and then hop into some mountain bike stuff with you, Brad, a few times. Liam, I've seen what you ride today. I'm going to leave the enduro for now.
You're welcome, that's fine.
I might need to get used to having my tyres off the ground first. Matt, gravel, what are we doing? Because we've got to be doing that.
Yeah, so I think we'll try and find some longer events. I think that will suit me better. So maybe start doing Dirty Reaver. That's what, 200 kilometers.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find some more long events like that. I think. And then at the end of the year, there's Duke's Weekender, which is a bit of a mashup. I think it's like a enduro timing, but on gravel bikes.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
The main thing is going to be XC. Try and get some national rounds and regional rounds. I'd like to go from sport to expert, but we'll see how that goes. Some longer races, some marathons. See how we go on there. I mean, I'd love to come to some gravel, but ride it on this.
Yeah,
So,
you can.
Yeah, I'm an advocate for riding off-road everything on one of these. I think this is kind of the right thing in the UK anyway. But go to the same events and kind of test them out and see, I guess, who comes out on top. I know it'll come down to fitness as well, but might test the bikes as well.
I guess Liam's going to be concentrating his hill climb season,
Yeah, all those uphill gravel things. I need to get my fitness up there, get a podium too.
We'll have to get you to a gravel event at least.
Not on this. Maybe on something a bit more like that, I'll be able to keep up.
I know.
I'm looking to.
We've got a downhill time section, so you might do alright.
I might have to do it. Just I'll take it on my back.
Yeah. What about you?
Mine's kind of like maybe a bit wholesome. I just want to improve my riding and see how I do. I think doing an enduro season and having so many races to do in one season can you can see where you improve and which areas of your riding is good and where it's bad. I'd be really chuffed to see a top 20. That would be awesome, but other than that, I'm just having to have a bit of fun.
Yeah, I think I'm really looking forward to seeing how this performs really throughout the season, because it'll be coming out with you two on gravel events and seeing how it's all done, and then we'll go out and it'll be more kind of the downhill stuff and just see how it performs. I know I need to learn a lot of that side of things, so it's a nice fun project to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's the trail version as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit slacker, it's a bit more downhill focused.
Yeah.
So you've got a perfect opportunity to give it a go.
Does anyone want to argue the case that their bike is the best bike and the most versatile bike?
Yeah, this one.
No.
I might agree actually.
Yeah. I think you'd have to have a go, and I think if you rode this, you'd understand why. But
I think we've kind of got two extremes and then two in the middle that are potentially more of the all-rounders. Although, I think even I'd say that 29er mountain bike, you could pretty much do everything on that.
Yeah, especially for what the UK has to offer. I mean, I know we call it gravel, but most of it's proper off-road, really.
Yeah, especially with the time stages, like enduro ones.
Then again, if you want to ride nice gravel, as we've learnt today, come to Wales. My God, it's extensive.
Every race series has a race that everybody looks forward to the most. Which race is that for you guys?
Liam?
Oh, every cyclocross race.
Yeah.
If it's snowing, that's it for me. That's my season made. I love racing in the snow. It's really cold if you crash, but it's great fun. In reality, I'll try and get over to a few of the national cyclocross series races. Might even try and go to Belgium if the funding's there. I'm just going to self-fund now, why not? Some of the bigger events, because generally the courses are better. Matt?
I think for me, there's one at the end of the year which I've always fancied doing up in Scotland called Dukes of Hazzard. So see the thing that's like enduro stage format, and there's a hill climb on I think it's the Saturday night. So should be a good test of this and do
Hill climbing, you say?
Yeah.
God, that sounds like my
Hill
bag.
climbing.
You'll have to get out to that one on that.
Brilliant.
Battle of the Bikes.
Where are you going, Brad?
Well, it's the national series really, and hopefully, I mean, aim for the sky. Try and get to the Nat Champs and just try and mix it in there really, and at least get there. But like I said, I think trying to get from sport to expert rather than one particular race, it's kind of taking that category and going up, which means actually racing a lot of races, getting a lot of points. So that's kind of my focus. Nice. What about you?
So the Sun Enduro Series is based in the south, obviously, and the big one is the one in Minehead. It brings in the biggest crowd and the biggest amount of riders, but it's probably some of the best riding I've done in the south at least. It's all steep, a bit loamy, but there's always tons of grip, and yeah, it's just the part of the series I really like.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it kind of ties in nicely that I know you're coming to the end of your season, but for us three, this is kind of the start of the training really to try and get fit, and I think it'll be interesting to see how training actually goes, how it's getting on, and document that a little bit, and
yeah.
See
what
how
are you guys doing
progresses.
to train?
I've got a coach. I've gone really serious. Yeah, it's going quite well. Like, just a ton of efforts through the week, and then longer kind of like free rides at the weekend. Trying to get out on my mountain bike a bit as well, because you combine a lot of time on the road with all the power intervals and everything, with time sliding around in the mud on on the boingy bike, and you get something that resembles cyclocross form. It's all right. Yeah.
So yeah, I think for me this time of year, spend more indoors, especially in the week, trying to do shorter, sharper sessions on the turbo trainer, and then as the days get longer, start doing more, and then the weekends try and get some longer rides in. Looking at doing some bike packing as well. So yeah, day-long rides and staying overnight somewhere, riding back, and yeah, should be hopefully good training and get some good endurance in.
Yeah, I don't quite go as intense as getting a coach, but I do kind of get like a pre-built plan, and it works quite nicely. It's really easy as well. You just kind of upload it to the Cahill, and it just pops up every time you go out and do that. And if you want to carry on, you just carry on. But ultimately, having a bit of structure works quite well. What about yourself?
I don't really know at the moment. Most of the people who I ride with who do enduros don't train.
Yeah.
So I think I have to train to kind of like get a leg up.
Yeah.
When I did the X Enduro last year, I got in touch with a company called Fit for Racing, and I'm still subscribed to their thing. So I might just pick that up again, and that's all indoors, weight training, squats, tons of squats. But I really want to find out how I can start training on the bike. So when I'm generally riding, maybe I can get a bit of coaching, try to learn some line choice, but yeah, try to get some leg strength through actually riding instead of being in the kitchen lifting weights.
Yeah, and I think you'll find it interesting using the Cahill, because I know you don't really use computers.
No.
It'd be interesting to see, you'll be able to look at the numbers after kind of each session and see what's going on really. So yeah, I think you'll find it interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can actually do. I've had the heart rate on today, and it's been good to see where it goes and where I'm really puffing. But it'd be good to see how to use that for training.
Yeah.
I think one thing, anyone who knows me knows I'm a massive comm hunter. So using these and trying to get the live segments on there, I think that would be quite useful. Make sure I keep my comms and get some new ones.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to, don't worry, we won't put you through that suffer, but maybe we'll have to go find one and all have a little go against each other on the different...
Live is
Strava Live's
really
good, right?
Good on these, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
I
a
rate
little
it.
map where you can see where the leader is and how you're doing. Well, it's either good or it's very depressing.
Yeah. See how far back you are. A project like this wouldn't be possible without the support of some amazing brands. We'll be working closely with some partners to bring new launches, new bits of kit and updates throughout the year. You may have already seen some of the brands throughout the video, but here's a little run through. We start with Hammerhead and the Cahill 2. Interestingly, Hammerhead have just announced that they are now part of the SRAM family. It'll be interesting to see how that partnership develops. We'll obviously bring you more news as and when we get it. And for bikes, we'll be racing and training on the Canyon off-road range. We're pretty excited about that. For kit, we'll be wearing Alley. In the background, we're currently working with their designers to work up a pretty snazzy off-road race kit. Watch this space. Kinggood and Stan's Node Tubes have supplied us with a whole host of products, from sealant, valves, plugs, and all the cleaning kit we could want. We'll go into them in a little bit more detail in other episodes, What you haven't seen in this episode is that we'll be racing and training on Stan's wheels, laced with Goodyear tyres. We haven't got them quite yet, but as soon as we do, we'll update you more on that. We'll be wearing Met lids, and the last but not least, if you want to see where we're racing, training, and just general riding, we'll be uploading rides each month to a collection on our Komoot page. There's a link in the description below to where we've been today.
It probably goes without saying, but we are proper excited for this project. And as I said before, we'll have a new video out to you every month. In the next video, we'll show you what we're doing to start training, and Liam Cahill will already have started racing. Thanks very much for watching, we'll see you in the next one.